Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Okay, so today we will talk about this sutta in the Sutta Nipāta Mahavagga, which is the third chapter. Can hear? Okay, can hear. Okay, which is the third chapter of the Sutta Nipāta and Sutta number 3. It's called Subhāsita Sutta. Subha means like nice. Then Subhāsita basically means well-spoken. Well-spoken sutta. Okay. So it is a sutta on how to speak. Okay, how to speak. So let us look at the sutta. Okay. Then we shall go into the commentaries to see, take reference from the commentaries to see what the sutta really means and what we can learn from it and apply in our daily lives, okay? So that it can make our life better, okay? Okay, so let's see. The first one, So, as have I heard, on one occasion, the Blessed One was staying in Savatthi, in Jetavana, Anatta Pindika's park, okay? Then there the Buddha addressed the bhikkhus by saying, bhikkhus? And then they replied, Bhante. Then the Buddha said, oh, bhikkhus, when speech possesses 4 factors, it is well spoken, not badly spoken. Okay, it is blameless and irreproachable by the wise. So we can, before we start, let us also reflect on ourselves. How for the whole day, how much of our speech is well spoken? How many percent of our speech is blameless? Is irreproachable by the wise? Okay. Yeah, so but what are the factors that make it well-spoken and blameless and irreproachable by the wise? Okay, so you can reflect a little bit first. Then after that, we can compare whether see what you think is what the Buddha is referring to also. Okay, so what for? The Buddha says, here, a bhikkhu speaks only what is well spoken, what is not badly spoken. This is number 1. Number 2, he speaks only Dhamma, not Adhamma, not non-Dhamma. Okay. And number 3, he speaks only what is pleasing, not what is displeasing. Okay. We have also, in our life, we have heard pleasing words. We have also heard displeasing words. Okay. So he speaks what is pleasing and not what is displeasing, okay? And the next one, the last factor is he speaks only what is true and not lies, okay? When speech possesses these 4 factors, it is well spoken, not badly spoken, and it is blameless and irreproachable by the wise, okay? 4 factors. So this was what the Buddha said, and then after that the Buddha further said this. The Buddha gave a gatha. That is, well-spoken speech is best, the good way. Speak Dhamma, not non-Dhamma. That is second. Speak what is pleasing, not displeasing. That is third. Speak the truth, not lies. That is fourth. Okay. So let us we can later go into the commentaries, and after going through the commentaries, and we can see in our practical life, practically in our life, how we can apply this practically. Okay, what do we think? What do we need to remember? How to cultivate this kind of well-spoken speech? Okay, and let us see. Then it's not the end of the sutta yet. Okay. Then the Venerable Vangisa rose from his seat and arranged his upper robe over one shoulder and reverently saluted the Buddha. So arranging the upper robe over one's shoulder. And this is the way that the bhikkhus dress in order to show respect to the Buddha. Okay. So the Venerable Vangisa said to the Buddha, "An inspiration has come to me, blessed one. An inspiration has come to me, fortunate one." So the Buddha said, "Okay, then express your inspiration, Vangisa." So this Venerable Vangisa is one of the top 80 disciples of the Buddha. He was famous for coming up with a lot of poems, a lot of poems and gathas and a lot of poems and gathas, many stanzas, many gathas, especially like after, for example, the Buddha or other venerables, after they say something that is in accordance with Dhamma, then he will have a lot of inspirational poems, and then he just added to it, So this Venerable Vangisa is one of the top 80 disciples, famous for making poems. Okay, so the Venerable Vangisa said this. One should utter only such speech by which one does not torment oneself, nor cause injury to others. That speech truly is well spoken. So, have we uttered words and speech that has tormented ourselves and also torment others? If we have done that, then that speech is not so well spoken. Okay, but if we have not, if we only utter speech that does not harm ourselves and does not harm others, then that speech truly is well spoken. And the next one. The next one. One should utter only pleasant speech that is gladly welcome. One should speak words that brings nothing bad, speech that is pleasing to others. And the last one. Truth indeed is a deathless speech that is an ancient principle. The good and the Dhamma, good people say, are established upon truth. Okay. And then the next one, the speech that the Buddha utters for the attainment of Nibbana, to secure, for making an end to suffering, is indeed the supreme speech. Okay. And that is the end of the sutta. Very short, a little bit short sutta, but we can see what we can learn from this sutta. Okay, let us go back to the beginning. Okay, so according to commentary, this discourse, this sutta, originated through the Buddha's own inclinations. Because the Buddha, the Buddha like to utter, and the Buddha only utter well-spoken words. So the Buddha gave this discourse to prevent or to prohibit the badly spoken utterances of beings by showing his own well-spoken utterances. Okay, so there are four origins, four conditions where a sutta may be given. Okay, the four grounds for the delivery of a sutta. This is Sutta Nipāta. Okay. So the first one, this is additional information. But when we know, then we will understand. Oh, the Buddha give this sutta? When? What is the condition? Like that. So very interesting. So four grounds for the delivery of a sutta. First one, personal inclination. And then the second one, the inclination of others. So the first one means the Buddha just feel inclined to give. Second one, the Buddha give in order to match the inclination of others. Okay. And the third, the proposal of a question. Okay. So somebody asked, then the Buddha gave a discourse. And then the next one, the occurrence of a special incident. Okay. Like that. Okay. So let us look at this. A more detailed explanation on the four grounds for the delivery of a sutta. So number one, personal inclination. So there are suttas that, the Buddha declares entirely through his own inclination. Okay. Without being requested by others. Okay. So for example, examples of it are this sutta, Subhāsita Sutta, and also Akankeya Sutta, or the Suttanipata Sutta, or Mahasalayana Sutta, Majjhima Nikaya. Okay, like that. And then the next sutta is the sutta that he gives because of the inclination of others, in order to match, or because those suttas are more matching to the inclination of others. Okay, after discerning their inclination. Okay, so examples of this sutta are the case of Rahula, Venerable Rahula. So the Buddha gave a few Rahula Sutta. For example, the Chula Rahula Sutta, and also the Maharahula Sutta, and then the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta also. Okay. So this one is because of a being's inclination. So the Buddha gave these discourses. And then the third one is because of a question. So when the four assemblies, the four classes, the Nagas, Gandhabas, Asuras, Yakas, etc., and then the gods of the sense-sphere heavens, Mahabrahmas, and Brahmas from the Brahma world approach the Buddha and ask questions. They may ask questions about the factors of enlightenment, hindrances, clinging aggregates, etc. Then the Buddha speaks a sutta in reply. Okay, so those suttas have the proposal of a question as the ground for their delivery. Okay, so for example, suttas in this belonging to this category, there are many. There are many in the Samyutta Nikaya, and also there's also one which is the Sakka Panha Sutta. Okay, Digha Nikaya. The questions asked by Sakka, the heavenly king. And then the Chula Vedala Sutta, Mahavedala Sutta from Majjhima Nikaya, etc. Okay. And the last one, the suttas because the Buddha gave because of special incidents. Okay. Special incidents the Buddha gives. Examples of these are Dhammadayada Sutta, Chula Sihananda Sutta, etc. Okay, so because of a special incidents. So for this Subhāsita Sutta, this sutta the Buddha gave this sutta because of his own inclination. Okay, like that. And also the commentary also explained the Buddha said this because the Buddha want to prohibit the badly spoken, bad speech of others. So the Buddha showed his good speech. Okay, like that. So let us see. Thus have I heard. So this sutta was heard from the compilers, etc. And there, the Blessed One addressed the bhikkhu. So the Buddha was staying in which monastery and which time and place, etc. Okay. So the Blessed One, which refers to the Buddha, bhikkhus. The bhikkhus is an indication of the suitable people to listen to the talk. Okay. So the Buddha addressed the bhikkhus. Buddha addressed the bhikkhus by saying, always by saying bhikkhus. Then the venerables will reply, Bhante, or dear Buddha, or the fortunate one, etc. So there is a question. There's the commentary says something very interesting. So bhikkhus is an indication of the way by addressing the monks. And why do we call them bhikkhus? Because they are endowed with qualities such as the habitual practice of recluses. Okay, and by showing that their practice is resorted to by both inferior and superior people and restrain elation and dejection. So the Buddha say this to restrain the people, the bhikkhus, while there are inferior people and superior people who become bhikkhus. So he wants to restrain elation and dejection. He doesn't want to say, oh, high class people, low class people, like that. Okay? And then by addressing the Sangha as bhikkhus, then with a glance of the eyes and also with a soft heart, filled with compassion, so he makes the bhikkhus turn their faces towards the Buddha. Okay, that is the Buddha's way to call the bhikkhus, so that they pay attention to him, and also arouses in them a wish to listen. Okay. And there may be some people who ask, when others are present, maybe like devas and other human beings, why does he address only the bhikkhus? Okay. So commentary explains that because the bhikkhus are the elders, the best, close by, and always present. Okay. Actually, the teaching of the Dhamma is given in common to all assemblies without bias. Okay. But the bhikkhus are the elders in the assembly. Why are they the elders? They're also old people, but it's because they have arisen first. Okay. They are the best because they give priority to the homeless life. So because they are homeless, so they live the homeless life, they live a noble life, so they are the best, like that. And then because they also and then because they also emulate, they also learn the conduct of the Buddha, and also they are recipients of the entire teaching also. Okay. And why are they close up? They are close up because they always sit near to the Buddha. And why are they always present? Because they dwell near the teacher, near the Buddha. Okay. So it is for this. It's because of these four reasons that when teaching the Dhamma, even though the Buddha teach the Dhamma in common to all assemblies, the Buddha usually addresses only the bhikkhus. Okay. And also, of course, he addresses them because they are also the recipient of this talk, and they are also to practice as the sutta instructed. Okay, like that. So they replied. Bhante. So Bhante, Venerable Sir. This is a term of reverence. Okay. So after that, after the bhikkhus have replied back to the Buddha, so the Buddha explains the four factors. Four factors means four components. Okay. So, 4 causes of well-spoken speech are abstaining from false speech, etc. Okay, like that. Then the Buddha continued to give, bhikkhu speak what is well-spoken, like that. Okay, so well-spoken. What is well-spoken? Well-spoken means that it leads to benefit. Okay, not badly spoken means it does not lead to harm. Okay, so the first one, if we just look at the mula means the text, this main text. What is well spoken and what is not badly spoken? Many people have different standard one, Right. If you don't have commentaries to guide us, then you can say, oh, then the words that you like to hear is well spoken. The things that people don't like to hear is badly spoken. Oh, no. Then another one argue. Oh, the one that is that is not selfish, is well spoken. The one that is selfish is badly spoken. It is only like that. Then another one say another thing. But here we show that the commentary explains that well spoken means when it leads to benefit, it is well spoken. When it is bad, when it leads to harm, it is badly spoken. Okay. Then what is blameless? What does it mean by blameless? Blameless means it is devoid of faults or defilements such as greed, hatred, delusion, conceit, arrogance, envy, jealousy, all kinds of unwholesome qualities which are considered blameworthy. Okay? So by being blameless, it means the speech is pure. The motive that the people give the speech is pure. Okay, and the absence of faults, that means the absence of defilements in the speaker. Okay, so for example, if you say something, but when you say something is when your mind is have great hatred and delusion, envy, jealousy, controlling, manipulation, hypocrisy, then it is blameworthy. But when we do not have these qualities, instead we have compassion. We try to think. We try to how do I say? We try to think it over and try to use our wisdom as much as possible, so that this speech is benefit to others, and it's just done because of selfless compassion and loving kindness, and then it is blameless. Okay, like that. And then irreproachable. You see, blameless and irreproachable. When speech possesses 4 factors, it is well spoken, not badly spoken, blameless and irreproachable by the wise. So we are explaining about this now. Okay. So what is irreproachable? Irreproachable means free of reproach. That means cannot blame one. Cannot blame one. Okay. So by saying that a speech is irreproachable, that means the Buddha is trying to indicate the speech, the excellence of the speech in all aspects. Okay, so it is irreproachable by the wise. So by this irreproachable by the wise. So if we understand this, it means that the speech is excellent, and that foolish people will not say this one, like that. Those who say this are not foolish people, like that. Okay, the wise also, they check already, they cannot blame anything, like that. Okay. So from this, we already have a little bit of idea. So you can say, oh, what is speech that what is a speech that is good? It has 4 factors. It is well spoken, not badly spoken. So that means it leads to benefit, does not lead to harm also. Not only it leads to benefit, but it also does not lead to harm. Okay. And then after that, it is devoid of defilements. Okay. And then also it is irreproachable by the wise. So when we speak, of course there's the 4 factors, but taking this, then we roughly have an idea. Okay, we should try to speak speech. We should try to, when we say words, we should try to think, okay, does this word, does the sentences that I say bring benefit, or will it lead to harm, or does it not lead to harm? Okay. Then when I'm saying this, my mind got greed, hatred, delusion, or attachment, or my mind is clear from greed, hatred, delusion, or attachment, or conceit, or hypocrisy, or anything. Even though we may say it like this in a very simple way, but actually in real life, it's pretty challenging, because when we have not fully developed and trained our mind, sometimes when we interact with others, we are communicating with others, we are living among others, because of contact and communication with others. So, sometimes it may not be very strong greed, hatred, and delusion, but sometimes it may be a little bit of hypocrisy, Hypocrisy means like in the front you say something, but actually you don't mean that for something bad, or for something for your own selfish motive, something like that. Yeah. So even these kind of defilements, kind of pattern, say something sarcastic to and then in front of A, but actually you are aiming for A, the arrow aiming at A, but you say to B, somebody, very busy body, think, okay, so like you want to shoot A, but you talk to B in a sarcastic way, but actually the arrow is shooting at A. This kind of thing. Then we should try to, if we are mindful, then we should try to reduce also like that. Okay. Okay. Then next line. What for? Okay. What for? This is the Buddha is asking the bhikkhus. Okay. So speaks only what is well spoken and what is not badly spoken. This means that it is beneficial and then not harmful, but it also includes the 4 types of right speech. And also includes, according to commentary, also includes the speech that is devoid, that is free from the fault of diversiveness and conducive to harmony. Okay? So we can understand well-spoken, not badly spoken as beneficial speech. It is beneficial, doesn't bring harm, fulfills the 4 types of right speech, and also okay, then we go to the next one. Okay, we go to the next one, okay? By pleasant speech, he speaks only what is pleasant and not what is pleasing and what is not displeasing. That means avoidance of harsh speech, okay? And then say only the truth, not the lie, okay? So possessing these 4 factors, the Buddha concluded that possessing these 4 factors, the speech is, okay, well-spoken, not badly spoken, blameless, irreproachable by the wise. Okay, like that. And for this, the commentary also says that through this explanation, actually the Buddha also rejects what is known as a white lie, you know. So because of it is well spoken and not what is badly spoken, so even white lies do not fall under the category of badly spoken also. Okay. And commentary continues to explain, you know, when a speech possesses these four factors, it is well spoken. Okay. Then what if it is a song? You know, what if it is a song? The commentary explains that, you know, if speech that possesses these four factors, even if it is included in the languages of foreigners or in a song sung by others, it is also well spoken because it brings mundane and even world transcending well-being and forgiveness and happiness. Sorry, okay. So commentary gives an example. There was a Sinhalese servant girl in Sri Lanka. So while she was guarding the crops along the road, she was singing a song in the Sinhala language about, you know, birth, old age, and death. So at that time, while she was singing, there were 60 bhikkhus who practice insight meditation. They were traveling along the road. And then after hearing her song, and the words that she was singing, they attained arahantship right there. Okay. And also there was another bhikkhu named Tissa. He was also practicing vipassana meditation and was traveling close to a lotus lake. And at that time, at that lotus lake, there was a girl who was plucking flowers in the lake. And she was like singing this song. In the morning, the red lotus in full bloom is withered by the light of the sun. Just so beings who have attained the human state are crushed by the force of old age. Okay? So when he heard her singing this song, he attained arahantship. Okay? And also in the period between Buddhas, there was a man with his 7 sons. He come out from the woods. And while they were coming out, there was a woman who was grinding rice grains, processing rice grains, and then singing this song. So the lyrics of the songs are, this is fully crushed by old age. This is enveloped by old skin, wilted skin and hide. This is broken apart by death, food to be devoured by death. This is an abode of worms, full of various corpses. This is a vessel of impurity. This is just like a Clinton trunk. Okay. So after hearing the song, the man with his 7 sons attained Pachika Buddhahood. Okay. So it is also astonishing that every time the Buddha, therefore it is astonishing that the Buddha, who is skilled in knowing the inclinations and latent tendencies of beings, spoke such verses like all conditioned phenomena are impermanent, etc. And then 500 bhikkhus who heard those verses, they attain arahantship. Okay, like that. And therefore, the speech that possesses these 4 factors, even if it is included in the language of the barbarians, or in a song sung by a girl or boy, etc., should still be understood as well-spoken. Okay, it is well-spoken because it is blameless and irreproachable by the wise. Okay, and those who desire the good or irreproachable by the wise, by those who desire the good, and also those who rely upon the meaning, not upon the expression. So what does this mean? This means that in our modern era, I'm not sure in Singapore, but in Malaysia, they have this Buddhist song competition. Okay, and then some people they may think, how can Buddhists sing song? Huh? How can Buddhists sing song? They should be quiet. Oh, Theravada some more. Oh, cannot sing song. Actually, from this sutta and from the commentary, okay, and we also understand that in Sri Lanka, there are also many songs that, have Dhamma in them. Okay. And from commentaries also, they say that some of the bhikkhus listening to a song, when they pay attention to the lyrics and not the expression, then they also they can also attain arahantship also. So it is not that bhikkhus can listen to songs. Don't be mistaken. Bhikkhus, we have bhikkhus and 8 preceptors. We have the precepts. Okay, we have taken up. We have taken up the training. Okay, to refrain from these. But if they are Dhamma verses, that were compiled by maybe like ancient compilers and etc., then we can look at the lyrics. So I'm not asking you to listen if you're a preceptor or bhikkhu or nun, but we can look at the lyrics. Okay, but what about like five preceptors, 5 precept or brahmacharya preceptors? So they can, since they have not taken up the training for that day, then it's absolutely nothing wrong with them if they sing Buddhist songs. Okay, and songs with Buddhist and Dhamma meaning in them. So for the general public, we should have this understanding. They have if they have a gathering of or concert of Buddhist songs and all that, it is totally in accordance with Dhamma. Hopefully the lyrics are in accordance with Dhamma one. Who knows? Maybe some people may get while listening to the lyrics lah. But you see, the commentary says also very very carefully say that those who rely upon the meaning and not upon the expression. Okay, so we should try to penetrate the meaning. If they're singing about impermanence, suffering, non-self, etc., then we should try to understand the meaning, like that, and not get too attached to the expression, or the melody, etc. Right? Okay. So let us see what we can learn from here. When we talk, okay, when we want to leave out these 4 factors, sometimes it's not easy, right? Not easy. But one way to do it, one very practical way to do it, is need some condition. One very good way to reprogram the way you speak is to go for a retreat, go for a meditation retreat. Okay, you can go to Sri Lanka, you can go to Myanmar, Thailand, etc. Then try to keep noble silence for 3 months. Okay, noble silence means not talking, unless it is emergency or unless it is Dhamma. But even for Dhamma, we can try to reduce. Okay, so when one goes for a retreat, they meditate, they do chanting, they do walking meditation, they do a lot of services, and they always try to keep their mind in wholesome mind states, and not talking to others. In the beginning, people may feel suppressed. Okay, there's a process. Okay, in the beginning, people may feel suppressed. some of them, they may feel a little bit shook. They may feel very good. Why? Because in their daily work, they have to speak for maybe 8 hours every day. Those who are telephone operators, those who are customer service, PR officers, etc. Then they have to talk a lot. Wow, then finally they go for a retreat, they take a break already. Aiyo, shook, man. No need to talk anymore. Then they feel nice. But for some, they after not talking for 1 or 2 days, they even 1 day, then they feel repressed. Okay, this is perfectly normal phenomena. Okay, but if whether they are shook or whether they feel repressed, it is also normal, natural. Okay, different conditions, different people, different people, different conditions, but anyway, just continue to refrain from talking. Okay, and try to keep the mind in wholesome mind states and continue to meditate, etc. Continue to do your Dhamma work, your practice, etc. Then about maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, you start to really enjoy not talking to people, wow, very sure. I don't need to talk to people. Just quietly sit there, quietly do your meditation, quietly do your service, quietly do your walking meditation, quietly walking up and down, quietly sweeping the floor, quietly washing things, etc., quietly prostrating to the Buddha, etc. You feel very nice. Feel you enjoy the sense of solitude. You start to enjoy that. But from that time, from enjoyment, then within 3 months or even 6 months, there may be sometimes when the person feels a sense of oppression or pressure at the heart area. Okay, at the heart area. They may feel like something is blocking there, like that. And then the kind of a pipe, maybe the pipe of your sink, the below your sink there's a pipe going down. Just imagine that in the middle there's something that's blocked there. So that's what some people may feel like sometimes in that 3 months. Okay, but it's perfectly normal. So what do you do when this happens? Never mind, just exercise. Do some yoga. You can do some jogging on the spot. You can at this time maybe cardio is better. Doing some cardio is better. So if you're jogging on the spot, if there's stationary bike, go and ride a stationary bike. Go for a walk outside, etc. Like that. If there is a spot with a very broad view, you can also try that also. Like that. This one is not from commentary. This one is personal experience. Like that. So for reference only, okay? Then when you do that, you find that the blockage, the feeling of repression and blockage ease up a little bit, okay? Like that. So it's because we have not talked for quite a long time, about close to 3 months already, like that, or maybe even 1 month or 2 months, like that. So when you do that, and then your mind continue to stay with wholesome mind states, whether it's metta, karuna, mudita, upekkha, or whether it's anapana, or whether it's buddha nusati, no problem. You just continue your purification. Then after that, after 3 months, if you can do that, then after 3 months, your mindfulness you have developed mindfulness to a certain degree. Okay, and because of that strong mindfulness, and then if you can write down, when I speak, I want to say things that are well spoken, not badly spoken. I want to say things that are blameless and irreproachable by the wise. So I want the 4 factors. You can say I want to say things that are well spoken, not badly spoken. I want to say only Dhamma, not non-Dhamma. I want to say what is pleasing and what is not what is displeasing. I want to say what is true, and I want to prevent from lying. Okay, so when you list out these four factors, okay, when you speak, you find that it's much more easy for you to slowly get the words out and filter the words that's coming out. Okay, because for 3 months you never speak already, so your mind has quiet down pretty much already, hopefully lah. If not, also never mind, don't blame yourself. But at least the mindfulness, there will be some kind of level of mindfulness there. Okay, so when you have that kind of level of mindfulness, it is very easy for you to practice these four qualities. We have to take it like a training like that, you know. So every day, how to take it like a training? Every day, just a few minutes of your time in the morning, in the afternoon, and at night. When you write down these okay, what is well spoken, not badly spoken, speak only Dharma. And then before you sleep, you take out and then you read this reminder. So every day, just 3 minutes. Morning 1 minute, afternoon 1 minute, nighttime 1 minute. You can do that. When you can do that, your mind, slowly you condition and train your mind to speak within the domain of these four factors. Gradually, you'll be able to develop your habitual speech that only possesses these four factors. And because we cultivate a lot of mindfulness, so at that time, when you want to talk something bad about others, because when you want to talk something bad about others, usually it is rooted in greed, hatred, and delusion, right? At that time, your mind and body may be a little bit sensitive. So and also because of habitually purifying unwholesome thoughts. So at that time, when that thought arises in your mind, the mindfulness comes into play. The mindfulness immediately wakes up, gets alerted, and then after that, you will know that I want to say something bad already. Then don't want I want to say only Dhamma, not non-Dhamma lah. Don't want to say lah. I want to say what is well spoken, not badly spoken. So I say this, it will not be conducive for harmony. Don't say lah. Never mind lah. So there will be something happen like that. Okay. So anyone who wants to cultivate this kind of, want to reset your speech, the way you talk, okay, it is good to go through this kind of process of noble silence, and then after that, training in mindfulness, and then after that, slowly build up again. Remind yourself every day. It is in this way that we purify the habits, the past habits of swearing, cursing, backbiting, and hypocrisy, and conceit, etc. It is through this way, okay? But of course, if we want to totally change, then definitely we have to attain path fruition and Nibbana lah. Then after that, these four factors will usually be very much perfected already. But until then, I mean, for normal people who are semi practitioners, sometimes go for retreat and like that. And this is what we can do, okay? But for those who cannot have 3-month retreat, how? Okay lah, even 7 days also help lah. So next time when you go for your annual retreat of 7 days or 10 days, try not to talk too much. Try to refrain from talking. Let the mind calm down. Let your throat calm down. Let your vocals calm down. And then after that, for the 10 days, if you just keep noble silence, quietly meditate, and do your Dhamma practice, and after 10 days, then you will develop mindfulness, and then after that you try to follow this pattern of training. Then to a certain degree, and if you continue your practice, at least like 30 minutes or 1 hour after you go back, then to a certain level, definitely, you will be able to continue develop or to retain this reprogramming or this retraining of our speech. Okay, changing from bad speech to well-spoken speech, like that. Okay, so maybe not easy for others, but we have seen some people who blame themselves. They get into a guilt trap because of scolding vulgarities. They get into guilt trap because saying something inappropriate. Sometimes people also, they get into trouble because when they talk, they never filter their words. They never get their words filtered through their brain before they blurt it out. And then they hurt others. They may hurt others. They may cause distress to others. So it is very displeasing also, right? And they may habitually swear, curse, talk, swear vulgarities, etc. Like that. So in order to change, this is one way like that, to share with others, to share with everyone here. Okay. So that's why Dhamma is very wonderful. Even if we previously we were habitually swearing and cursing, and but there is always the way to change one. So this is one of the ways to change. Okay, like that. Okay, so hopefully today's talk is helpful for everyone. So I think we cannot finish the sutta today. We will try to continue in the next talk. So with this, wish today's talk is beneficial. Hope today's talk is well spoken and only Dhamma, and hopefully it is pleasing to everyone. And this is the truth because it's from the Buddha's teaching, is from the comment and also the commentaries. Okay, so hopefully the sutta today is helpful for everyone, and wish everyone to be able to arouse the desire, the good desire to purify our speech. Okay, and continue to practice samatha and vipassana meditation. And finally, may the Triple Gem bless all of us to be able to attain path, fruition, and nibbana as soon as possible. Okay, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, so let us share merits. Etavata chamehi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampati siddhya. Etavata chamehi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe buddha numodantu sabba sampati siddhya. Etavata chamehi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe sattva numodantu sabba sampati siddhya. Idame nati nam hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idame nati nam hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idame nati nam hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Himina punya kamena mame bala samagamo. Satang samagamo hotu yavanimbana patiya. Idame punyang asavakaya vahang hotu. Idame punyang nibbana sabhacayo hotu. Mama punya bagang sabha satanang bhajemi. Te sabe me samang punya bagang labantu. Sadhu, sadhu.